So I was asked if I would, one, present a project that would do three things. One, raise up their women. Two, generate positive stories. And three, welcome people to their land. I said, wow, what a marvelous opportunity. And of course I accept. And how shall we begin? He said, well, come back for the Camel Festival in December. And here we were in September. So I said, sounds good. And off I went. And meanwhile, back in New York, I was approached by the Tunisians if I would present the best of design from Tunisia, which is... I said, of course, because here was a country that was Arab and yet mixed with the Europeans. So they would have elements of the Abu Dhabi culture that could be relevant to the opportunity presented to me. The Tunisians showed these remarkable, very sophisticated woven palm pieces, purses and settees or little stools, which I bought and delivered to the Minister of Culture, the gentleman that I was with. And he said, oh, this is marvelous, and they're so beautiful. And Tucker, why are you here? And I said, well, I'm here for the Camel Festival. And I didn't see it, but he turned to his lieutenant and he said, set up shop, set up camp. And he said, give me a couple of days and we'll go to the Camel Festival. And so over those 2 days, the military went in and plowed into the desert, dropped toilets, tents, generators, so that 2 days later, as we were arriving, the camp was there. Along with bulldozers and things kind of half done, but it was a camp in the middle of the empty quarter, surrounded by sand dunes. And so there we were, surrounded by camels, 60,000 camels, and their Bedou masters. And the elders of the Bedou community would come and pay homage to the Minister of Culture, who is from the region. I was so touched by these ancient people and these traditions. In the middle of this commotion, the Crown Prince calls to say, you know those nice woven palm products? To my friend, he said, well, my wives are fighting over them. I need more. So those presents that I had delivered to the Minister of Culture were passed on to the Crown Prince. So he turns to me and he says, Tucker, you're going to have to go back and get more, like now. I said, well, it's the middle of Christmas and New Year's. He said, go, just go find them. So I got on the next plane and went to the maker of these products and said, well, I'm here and I need to get some more. He said, okay, let's go into the desert and get some more. So in the middle of the desert, in the Sahara, were these tiny communities of Arab weavers. And they were making the most delightful things out of a supple palm leaf. And I asked, would you come to Abu Dhabi to teach your techniques? They said, we would love to. And in the process, we found a couple of bags to supplement the gifts that I had given previously, and got on the next plane and arrived into Abu Dhabi and into the court of the Minister of Culture, to the people screaming. And because I had arrived at the same time that the Tunisian dictator had left the company and the Arab Spring was underway. So delivering these products to the Minister of Culture, he turns to me and says, I need a project now. I need for you to present a project To which I said, well, let me design for the women, in collaboration with the Tunisians, the Abu Dhabi women, to create a reception center for the Camel Festival. He said, great. And that was completed, and to great acclaim. And so the intention of this, I started out to build bridges between the indigenous people and New York culture, so that we could learn from each other, right? The New York culture is in need of authentic stories, things that touch you. And the indigenous people are in need of respect and dignity, and to be seen shoulder to shoulder. And so the curiosity of the market created opportunities for me to introduce these remarkable products with these stories behind it. Now, as of 2 years ago, I'm retired. I liquidated everything. And I'm now in a place where I can reflect upon these stories and this history to speak about how all of this happened. And it's really, it starts with inner peace. And it starts with this longing of connectivity and the development of an ecosystem of hope, providing opportunities for people, providing dignity and respect to the ancient cultures that exist, and provide a platform for them to elevate, for all of us to elevate, and recognize each other as brothers and sisters. They were in pursuit of the same thing, and which, for me, is inner peace with the knowledge of that, and the understanding that we need to work together as a team, collaborate, recognizing each other's unique perspectives, and creating space for that, creating hope, an ecosystem of hope, a place for each of us can flourish within the strengths and the knowledge and expertise that we each have. Very much like the bee, the busy bee, the bumblebee, that in order to take flight, creates energy within itself and a little light and becomes buoyant, and then beelines it to the next flower to gather pollen, to bring back for the queen. And in the process, pollen